Hey everybody, what's going on? It's been a little while since I've made a video. I've gotten through my transition of getting out of school, finals, going back to work. It's been a busy couple of weeks, but we're gonna get back started working on the truck. Now, the weather's really nice nowadays, and it's just the perfect opportunity to get outside and get with this thing. So what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna put in some 3-inch torsion keys to hopefully help me out with some of my tire rubbing and just make the truck have a little more of an aggressive look. So let's kind of just go ahead and jump into that. I guess I'll show you all the stuff that I got, and then I'll show you guys how to put it all on. All right guys, so here's what we got. We've got the 2-inch lift blocks, just the black blocks, nothing special there. It came with the new U-bolts and all the new hardware. Pretty standard stuff. And then we've got the 2 torsion keys, which I recommend if you guys are going to level out your truck. It's way smarter to get some new torsion keys, especially as old as these trucks are nowadays. The factory torsion keys have been through a lot. So we're going to go ahead and use the new keys. I'm going to jack the truck up, put them on jack stands, chock the rear tires, and I'll show you guys what to do next. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and say, if there's wind noise, I apologize. It's been kind of windy and rainy today. It shouldn't be raining anymore, we're in the clear for that. But there's still a little bit of wind, and I know my microphone picks up the wind a lot more than I would like it to. So just bear with me on that. But we got the truck up in the air, and that's about how tall it's going to sit, just an inch lower than that, but it's already a huge difference. Let me walk around to the front. You can already see the front sits a little higher than the back as it is right now. So this is going to be a pretty big difference. So I'll go ahead and I'll get set up underneath the truck. I'll get my torsion key unloader set up, and I'll show you guys how to use that too, just in case you don't know. And then we'll get the torsion keys out, get the new ones in, get it all leveled out, and hop onto the back and do the lift blocks. Alright guys, let me show you guys how to use these torsion bar unloaders. So it's pretty simple. This notch right here goes on top of your C-frame, or on top of the subframe piece right in there. And this part right here screws up onto the torsion key. And if you look up on the torsion key, I'll show you guys the new one so that it's not all nasty and you can pull it up out here. This hole right here is where your torsion bolts are on the truck that hold it in its level spot. This one right here is what you put the torsion key into to lift this up to take the pressure off of it so that you can get the retainer clip out. So all you got to do is put this over your C-frame, put that up in there like that, tighten it up until you can get your retainer clips out, or retainer piece of metal thing in there. Take that out, loosen this, and your new key should be able to just come out pretty easily. Of course you'll have to move the torsion bar forwards a little bit to get it out of this hole, but that's not a big deal. So I'm gonna set the camera up underneath, hopefully get us a time lapse real quick, and it shouldn't be too hard, but we'll see what happens. everyone. So if you couldn't tell, it's day 2. Last night ran into some rusty keys, rusty A-arm, rusty torsion bar, and everything was just not working together. None of it came out. Beat on it with a hammer for probably 4 hours last night until it got dark. So I just kind of quit recording. You guys didn't need to see me just beating on it with a hammer. So I got some PB Blaster, put it on there and let it sit overnight, put some more on it after work today. And after a couple more hours of pounding, both with the sledgehammer and with a small air hammer, the keys came loose from the torsion bars. Now, the bars did not come free from the A-arms. They're still rusted in there pretty badly. But we were able to get the key out by moving the cross member back. So let me hop under the truck and I'll show you what we did. All right, so first off, here's the difference. The old key over here is all black and nasty and rusty and dirty. And here's the new one over here that's just all dirty because I've been touching it with my work gloves. But let me get up under here. So you can see the torsion bars are still up in there and they're pretty well stuck. So all we did is on this cross member right here, took out these 3 bolts using the impact. So we took those 3 bolts out and we took, you gotta be paying attention up here in the middle to your drive shaft guide thing up here. And it's kind of hard to see, but right here on the ends of this collar are just 2 bolts that come down to the one closest to the cross member. So you just take those bolts out so you can move the cross member back and forth. And then we hammered the cross member back a little bit. You can see right there that it's not centered on that middle bolt. Try to block the light. There we go. You see it's not centered on that middle bolt. We just hit it back until the keys fell out. So now we can just throw the new keys up in there and hit this back where it's supposed to be. And then work on leveling the truck out. So I'll get started on that. We'll start working on the blocks on the rear, which should be a whole lot easier. But then again, this whole thing is supposed to be easy, so we'll see what happens. All right, everybody, it's the final day of working on this, and the front is finally finished. We had tornadoes come through. We had some pretty heavy rains and winds. Of course, I had to work during the week, so it all kind of got postponed a lot longer than I thought it should have been. But I finally got the front end done. I still got to lift at the rear, but I'll try to get a shot without the sun beating too badly on it. You can see the back still sits a little bit too low. But from the ground to the wheel well over here, from the ground right here up to this spot right there is about 38 inches. On the back, I think it's 37 and a half, 37 flat, somewhere like that. But I got the front end all done and leveled it on both sides. So I'll get up under here and show you. Where is the, there it is. I got those new keys in, got the bolts in, got them leveled on both sides. The cross member is back where it's supposed to be. All torqued down, good to go. And that's how you do the front end. This one was a huge pain in the rear to do, simply because of a lot of the rust, basically. Rust is what got me. Rust and weather, I guess, but I got it done. We'll look at it from the other side. Come on, focus. But the front end of it is definitely higher. You can feel it sitting in the truck. There's no doubt about that. And it's a stiffer ride, which is expected, cranking your torsion keys or even replacing them and then cranking them. It'll settle in a little bit. I need new shocks, which will help a little bit. But overall, I'm happy with it. I like the way this turned out. Next, I'll make a separate video for the rear, just because the front of this was such an incredibly long process. And also, while I'm out here today, I'm going to make a quick video on my lift pump. I got the new part in for that. which may be back inside. I hope not. Anyways, that video cut out, don't know what happened, but I got the new lift pump for the truck. I bought, right there you can see AC Delco, good brand name. A lot of the guys with the 6.5s recommend this. There's all the part description. I just bought it on eBay. I made sure it was an AC Delco pump, and it was $44 shipped. Nothing too hateful, but I'm going to do a video on that today. And the video on that should be fairly easy. Not easy like the torsion keys were, but easy as it maybe take me 5-10 minutes, just as soon as I find all the parts that I need to use, or all the tools I need to use. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for stopping in. I know it's been a while since I've made a video, but I'm back at work, back in the swing of things, so I'll be making a lot more coming up. So be sure to stay tuned, subscribe, turn on notifications, do whatever. And I'll see you guys in the next video.